Hi, I'm Donna Dewberry, the original creator of the FolkArt one-stroke painting technique. Welcome to the Let's Paint Studio right here at Plaid. Learning to paint has never been as easy as when I teach you how to load a brush with multiple colors where you can blend, shade, and highlight with one stroke of the brush. Our new program with Let's Paint FolkArt One Stroke this year is going to be all about learning how to paint 50 different types of flowers. And as you can imagine, 50 flowers makes the possibility endless to be able to paint floral designs. I'm thrilled that you've chosen to join me on this one-stroke journey. So let's paint. Today we're going to do an iris, and when we're learning how to paint this, we're going to be learning this on a reusable teaching guide. And on the other side are all the steps. On this side you see the pretty flower you're going to end up with. And we're going to use FolkArt multi-surface paint, my favorite, to get started. And so when you're looking at these colors, I want you to see that we have a cobalt hue, a violet pansy, wicker white, moon yellow, and sap green and citrus green. And the brushes we're using are FolkArt one stroke with a 12 flat and a 5/8 angle brush. Okay, so let's get started. The first thing we want to do is decide what's going first. And so we want to do the green leaves and practice those and then put those on our project. Now this has got a coating on it so you can paint, wipe it off, and paint again. I'm going to be using a baby wipe and or a wet paper towel. All right, so the first thing it's going to tell you right here, we're going to take the 5/8 brush and we are going to double load with sap green and citrus green. All right, so I'm going to put on the toe and the heel, okay? So I'm going to put the toe into the citrus green and the heel into the sap green. Okay, so we're going to go back and forth and get it worked into the brush. All right, I'm going to take some of that in the heel area a little bit off. And then I'm going to flatten the next load down smoothly on here. And we're in our double loader, which is just going to help you do a better job of keeping your paint colors nice. All right, so you don't get muddy. Now I want you to see we have the stem that we're going to do with this, and then there's a stem here that grabs the bud and pulls the bud. And then also when we're coming down here, it's like I start here and I slide to the tip of the leaf. Press and slide to the tip of the leaf. All right, so we're doing all of these to practice. And then I like curving to the side. Curving to the side. And so you get all that lush color by just multi-loading the brush. Now we're going to take the wet wipe and wipe it right off of here. Okay, and then before we go and put that on our piece, because we don't want it to dry on here, we're also going to put this on, put it right by you so that you'll remember what you just practiced. Short-term memory when you're getting ready to do this and you've been practicing, I want you to remember that we're going to start out with one stem in the middle. All right, and then I have a flower over here. And you can also put some of these on after you paint the head, the flower, okay? But I like to have the tall green in here. So I'm going to chisel, press with pressure, and chisel. All right? So you're going to be patient with yourself when you're doing this because I want you to think this is the chisel edge. So when I say chisel, lift, all right, and you can take some even across here, but I want to take and do a couple of other large leaves here. So I put plenty of paint on my brush. I'm going to chisel, pressure, chisel, all right, and then we can do one more, pressure and lift. Okay, now let's go practice our iris. I love these irises. I think you will too, because I've made them pretty easy so everybody knows it's an iris. Okay, so let's put this back over here and see we've got the bud and one on the side, and then this is the main one we're going to do first. Okay, so we're using a 12 flat to put this in here. So we're going to pick up, you can see right here, violet pansy and wicker white. And we're going to work that in. Now I'm going to put a little bit of cobalt in the violet pansy side. All right, and then I'm going to come here to see what that looks like. Just make sure you've got the color and the blend that you want. Now this is a stroke you've got to learn, and all the strokes are basically this. You're going to start here. You're going to lay this down a little bit, come to the point. Now lay it down again and pull it back. All right, so when we come in here, flatten our brush, then we come in here and we do the one in the middle. I've got too much white on here. Make sure you wet this brush first, lay it on the paper towel, and then it will take the paint really well for you. So there's the first stroke, right up and back down. All right, then I'm going to pick up more paint, and on this side, I'm going to wiggle a little bit and then slide down. And on the next side, I can turn it around even and slide up and slide back down. All right, so the next stroke that comes in here is just violet pansy and wicker white. All right, so when you do those two colors, I'm going to see what it looks like right here. I've got too much white. There you go. So let's go over here. I got too much white on there. All right, so now we're going to come down here and we wiggle down and slide back up. All right. Down and back up. Wiggle in the middle and come back up. And then we're going to put the stamens in here, and we'll do that on our piece, okay? So I want you to see that these small flowers, you push and you lift, and you might even put a second stroke so it looks like a bud. All right, and here I've got the back and the front. On both sides, see this? Out and then back up. All right, so see the different colors that we're using? The top has the blue tones, the bottom has the violet pansy. And then you do whatever you want on your bud, depending on what color you need. Okay, so let's go paint. Now remember, we're going to come here to do the beard that's in the middle there, okay? All right. So let's see how pretty we can make these. We're going to have the cobalt hue, the violet pansy, back and forth, and wicker white. All right. So we're going to put the first petal in the middle. Then we're going to come on each side. We're going to go on each side. All right, and turn it around this way. To get a little bit more paint. All right. So if I have this side I'm not totally happy with, I can make a point and come down. All right. Now we're going to come in here with just violet pansy and white. And we're going to come right here and make this one come out more. This side going to come out. Now let's do the middle. Some white, wicker white, and violet pansy. Sorry, I've got too much white. There we go. is taken over my violet pansy. There we go. All right. So now we're going to put a little one on this side. So what I can do is I can put this violet pansy down here, one over here, and then there's one in the middle. Okay, so I'm going to do a little bud over here. So it's the violet pansy, and the wicker white crosses over, and then I'm going to come right in here. Okay. I do want to pick up a little bit with the 12 and just do this little tiny strokes right here to pull that stem down. Now let's get the yellow for the beard. We're going to use our angle and we're going to use the toe. I'm also wanting, because we're going to get small as we go. Can you see this? We're going to tap in the yellow and we want to get small as we get. As a beard, it gets really heavy and comes down. So if we turn it upside down, we can get that small in there first with the moon yellow. So I'm going to tap, tap, tap with just the toe and get a little bigger. It's real nice and fuzzy in here. All right, and so we're going to do that to each one of them. And we're going to pick up a little bit of white. Let's turn it over. And we're just going to tap a little white in here. Okay. I had so much fun today sharing how easy it is to paint these flowers. They turned out gorgeous. Remember, practicing on the reusable teaching guides right over my strokes gives you so much painting confidence. Thank you for joining me here in the studio. And remember, we just learned one more of the flowers from the A to Z One Stroke Floral painting sets. And I would love for you to take pictures and share them on our Let's Paint with Plaid Facebook group by hashtagging Let's Paint Challenge. Come on, everybody, let's paint.